What's poppin', y'all? This is Deidre with One Shot Game, man. You already know how the motto go. You get one shot at life, but a lifetime to learn all the game you need to help improve your life. The choice is yours on which route you choose to take. Now, as I always say, you get two choices: the ability to faithfully settle in the life that has been set out for you, or the ability to pave a path towards your destiny. That choice is also up to you. So before I get into the title of my video, I want to say a big shout out to all my supporters, even the ones in the back. I see y'all too. So hey, look, this is for anybody that is putting in the work required to discover your gift. When you have a natural gift about yourself, it's not often that a lot of people get a chance to experience that. So you'll have a ton of people around you who will want to use it to exploit. You know what I'm saying? They only want to be around you to exploit your gift for themselves. And that comes in the standard way of friendships, situationships, relationships, business contracts, partnerships. People just wanting to get close to you to solely use what you have for themselves. And you have to be mindful of who you attach to, because if you attach to the wrong person, over time they'll start to use what you have for themselves without giving you the proper motivation or credit to be able to excel in what you're doing. I think a lot of people tend to underestimate the fact that when you have a natural gift, it's not to be exploited. It's actually to be used to uplift the people in a way. But you have to think of the people who don't have it. The moment they see it, they try to lock you into something. I see it all the time, just like y'all should. So many successful acts as far as singing and rapping get into the game. They have that one CD and then you never see them anymore. You know what I'm saying? Or so many acts that were in the process of development and didn't get as much as exposure or credit as they were allowed to get, because they locked in with someone that wanted to only use their gift to be exploited, not for the true reason that it was intended to be used. You know what I'm saying? So you got to just be very mindful and very careful of the people around you. You know what I'm saying? The people you involve yourself with, the people you get around, the people you form relationships, situationships with, because you got to really think how people see it in you, just like you got it. But if you allow them to get close enough to exploit it for their own selves, they will. You know what I'm saying? And they won't think twice about it. They'll just be thinking in their mind that they allowed to use whatever manipulation tactics they could to get close to you, and now they are using your gift for themselves while you're drowning. I promise you. And they don't have no remorse for it. They won't think twice about doing it, because now it benefits them. So you have to be very careful, you know what I'm saying, and very mindful. We see it all the time. Like, for instance, say you are doing something that's creative, you know what I'm saying, that's going in a certain lane. If you link up with someone, you know what I'm saying, that can uplift you and put you in a better position, but they're basically zoning in on your insecurities. Like, for instance, my situation, someone might come in, you know what I'm saying, and be like, hey, we got this going on, we'll take you out the situation, put you up here, woo, woo, woo. But the catch to that is that you're only allowed to make content on certain days, and you're only allowed to make certain content that we want you to make. You cannot be allowed to make the content that you feel is beneficial for your crowd. And that's how you get locked into someone or something that's trying to exploit you for their own gain. They're trying to basically make money off of you, but locking you into a certain type of contract. That's why I believe truly independence is really, you know what I'm saying, the strongest factor to life right now. Because if you're doing it right, if you're dedicated, if you're goal driven, you know what I'm saying, you'll get to where you're going eventually. But again, you got to stay focused and stay sharp and be able to understand that. Now, I'm not saying that all people, you know what I'm saying, are like that. Some people actually see, your gift, what it's intended to do, your story behind it, and they support the motive and the drive behind it, and they're willing to invest in that because they see the long-term reach, but without restrictions. They're not there to, you feel me, put restrictions on what you can do, how you can do it. They're just there to give you the push you need to be able to become greater. That's the difference in someone that truly stands behind your story and someone that's only around you to exploit your gift. You know what I'm saying? They're all around, trust and believe. They do everything they can to try to knock you off course, throw you off balance, manipulate you, try to get you to, you know what I'm saying, not believe and trust in who you are. I think that's the negative downside to actually being gifted, is that so many people want it for themselves that they tend to disregard the person that you are behind it and what it's intended to do. They don't see that, because all they see is status, money, power, you feel me, success, fame. Like, y'all don't even understand. I be in public places sometimes and some people just say some crazy shit that I'll be thinking to myself, what promoted you to say that? But deep down inside, people be having these evil, angry spirits that have vendettas against anybody that feels as if they're getting a better life than them. I don't know why it's like that, but it just is. And in order to gain, you know, the advance in life, you got to release that. You can't be trying to hate on someone that advanced past you, because then you won't get the wisdom from them. You only project envy towards them. You know what I'm saying? That's just a part of what it is, I guess. But again, you'll know if you have a gift. You know what I'm saying? Because people will start to disown you. People will start to not like you. People won't want to be around you. You know what I'm saying? And oftentimes it takes time for you to discover it, especially if you're blocked by people that don't want you to become something greater than what they have been. And usually, oftentimes, it's people who have the worst backstories. You know what I'm saying? Who suffered the worst trauma. Like, they're stepping into this type of space in their life where it's time for them to grow and develop, and they're holding themselves back due to what they believe versus who they truly are. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I think the power of someone that is gifted currently in this day and age is being able to show other people their own giftedness. You know what I'm saying? But you got to think, a lot of people don't want to take the time to work on that because they're blocked. All they see is you as a target, as a let me get close. You know what I'm saying? Let me figure out how I can use them for my own gain. Whatever it takes, let me study them. Let me figure out what they like, what they don't like, what's the interest to them, what motivates them. And I'm going to try to figure out any way I can to manipulate to get in close. And the moment I do that, I'll be so close enough that their blessings will be mine. Listen, I'm telling you, exploitation is such a major factor. And they do it, the younger, the better, I feel like. Just personally, my experience. When you're young and you don't really know how to, you know what I'm saying, be aware of what you need to fight off, you can get exploited really easy, especially if your parents are trying to conserve your blessings for themselves. Say like they be in a rough situation with money, and then they have a child that has a gift, and then they start exploiting it, and they're making money, but they're putting the child in bad situations. You know what I'm saying? Listen, it's just that easy. It happens just that fast. That's why you got to be mindful of understanding what you're here to do and being able to be wise enough to learn, you know, the basically resistance you need to be able to fight this cruel world. Because as you advance and develop more, the attacks get stronger. You know what I'm saying? And they're really trying to come in and use it for their own gain. You know? So you just got to be aware and be mindful. People be, you know what I'm saying, figuring out ways to get close to you just to only use what you have, or to feel as if they're going to gain some type of attention or momentum by being close to you without actually doing the work. Like it was never really theirs. They're still an evil person behind the scenes, or they move a certain way that's not aligned with being real. But since they're attached to you, they think that everything you have is what they have too. And it's a delusion they have in their mind until they separate and they start to see their own bad actions and how the reason why you felt a certain type of way, but you really didn't put in the work. And it tends to have you backtrack and thinking like, damn, that person was getting on me because they wanted me to grow in myself, and I couldn't see it because I was attached to them. I'm telling you, it's real. You feel me? It's so real. That's why, purely, like for me, I don't mind taking my time. I don't mind waiting. I don't mind being able to be skilled enough in understanding that there are going to be people in your field or in your lane that throw smart aleck remarks, say crazy things to try to get you to downsize in who you are. You got to be strong enough to fight it. Because I know everybody's seen that video where Nipsey Hussle was in a booth or in the studio with Puff, and Puff was like throwing out remarks, you feel me, to try to get him to discredit who he is. That's a part of the game. You feel me? You got to be able to handle it, because they going to throw it at you just to see, you feel me, your tough skin. And if you can't, you you feel me, override it, you're gonna succumb to whatever it is that they throwing out there. So you gotta get tough skin for this shit, you feel me, to be built for it, because it come with a lot. It's not easy, you feel me. You're fighting a whole bunch of people that spiritually hate their lives and want yours so bad, and they'll do whatever they can to get close, you feel me. It's not no mystery about, you feel me, what I like, what I've been through, who I am. But I'm also very aware and can see through people who are fake that try to get close to me. You can't, you know what I'm saying, because I'm a no, you feel me. But again, I'm also a person that makes the playing field even, you feel me, just to see, just to give you a chance to see what you're really made of. And oftentimes, for real life, it be a test for the people that thought they could come in. Now you feel me, they start to see the reality of what's really truly going on. You can't come up against a person that you thought you were stronger than by basically being fake. You got to be real, you got to be solid, you got to stand on what you believe in, come through with everything that it is, you feel me. People don't want to be exploited. Listen, for a person like me, I didn't have money, I didn't been through the storm, you know what I'm saying. I didn't been through the rough patches. You're gonna have to come strictly with being yourself, with an equal opportunity to where we both can gain something out of the situation by being ourselves. Strictly, that's it, you feel me. And listen, because I'm a fast learner, it's easy to pick up on, but every day is a day where I grow stronger and I'm able to fight it more, you know what I'm saying. Because it's times where you do get tempted. Like for me, it's times where I want to go, you feel me, back to the hood, back to my old stomping grounds, and let everybody know, listen, you could be just the same if you grow. But I have to also realize and pay attention to the fact that everybody don't see life like how you see it. They see dollar signs, they see motive, money, you feel me, target. They don't see growth, they don't, and you know what I'm saying, developing. They don't see that, you feel me. So you got to be mindful, and trust me, my internal warning system is very strong, but I had to build that up over time because of my heart and the way I feel like this gift I have is not just for me, it's for me to give it to everybody, especially everybody in the past, you know what I'm saying. But I had to realize and wake up out of that shit and be like, listen, everybody's not on that same level of growth. So you're gonna get your feelings hurt, or you're gonna put yourself in a dangerous situation. So I always listen to myself when I feel like I have those moments, because they do happen, you know. Sometimes things happen for a reason, so you just got to be mindful of that. But again, be wise, take your time, be independent. Don't get yourself into no messy situations or dirty contracts strictly because you're too eager to get the money. You're too eager, you feel me, to get out of your situation. Let it play out, let it ride out. And when the timing is right and perfect, you know that you won't put yourself in a situation you can't get out of, because you learned what you needed to learn through whatever situation. Like for me, I can handle whatever I have to go through. And that's just by going to the bottom, by facing the worst. I'm able to handle whatever I have to deal with in that moment to learn what I need to learn, because it could be worse. You know what I'm saying? Like for real. So being able to have that much of a pressure applied to my life, it helped me be able to handle situations that otherwise would be too difficult for people, and they will crash out, and then they will accept anything that comes at them because they can't process, you know what I'm saying, going through certain things that they felt like they had never had to deal with. I don't know why it's like that for some people, but it just is, you feel me. So be mindful that there are a lot more gifted people in the world than we truly believe there are. It's just some people don't want to let go of their old programming to truly harness their gift. They just want to get close to you to exploit yours. And if you let them in, that's exactly what they will do. And you'll end up crashing out in the end. So listen, if you don't know what it is, I just told you. Please make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe.